Now, I want to be clear upon one thing that I want to make clear about, okay? I'm not bashing Christianity or anything in my post. I posted something that I took a world religion course, and I found out through the world religion course that it was a very in-depth um, discussion, but it was also a way to show um, you had to decipher, you had to discern about certain things in religion. And religion in its past, Christianity has had the same problem, Islam has had the same problem, Hinduism has had the same problem. Uh, you know, it's just um, very, very disheartening to see what we've become in this country to basically be a people who are is not fully. Uh, I'm trying to find a word here. Fully engaged in trying to find a common ground about who is who and what is what, who's coming into the country and who's not. I myself am not a fan of this. You know, I wasn't a fan of Obama when he did it, and I wasn't a fan of what Trump is doing. So I've never really been a fan of alienating people just because of what they are in their religion. And even though they may be Muslim and we don't understand them, we have to understand one thing, okay? And I want to be clear about this because I've thought about this for a couple of days, and I've had to work this morning on stuff. But uh, the one thing that I want to make clear is that I'm not bashing any religion, and I know that religion in its past, you have Christianity that has had the Inquisition and the Crusades. You've had Islam that has killed millions upon millions of Christians and viciously have attacked Christians, okay? But not every religion is perfect, okay? I don't think we have to have, um, I don't think we have to think clearly about what we're doing. I'm not a fan of this, but I understand that we need some clarity about where we're standing in this whole issue because if it doesn't get solved, I'm afraid that um, I'm afraid it's going to not alleviate anything. It's going to make it even worse. It's gonna make the situation even worse. And what I mean is that there's a lot of vile people that are out there protesting, and a lot of people who accept this and understand why the president's doing what he's doing. I myself, as a neutral, on one hand, I don't understand, on the other hand, I do, but I'm right down the middle, so I cannot really vie either way. And it's very confusing because people are not looking at the middle road. They're not looking at the constant. They're not looking down the middle. If we look down the middle and we make a compromise and because we have to take a step back. If we don't take a step back, this whole thing's going to get out of control. And that's what I'm worried about. And I'm not saying that whoever is right, whoever is wrong. There's two wrongs don't make a right, and two rights don't make a wrong, people. So come on. I mean, we're Americans. We need to think clearly about what we're doing here, or else one of these days we're going to have a terrorist attack again. And if we lose, support throughout the world because of this, I'm afraid that sometime in the future, if we have a terrorist attack, the countries are going to tell us to just go ahead and be on our own and tell us, hey, you told us that, you pretty much alienated people throughout the world. So, we're not going to come at your behest to help you because basically they were there, you know. Even though we had a coalition, you know, let's just put it this way: we had more of a coalition during the Persian Gulf War than we did when we invaded Iraq. So all this has to do with one thing, and that was 9/11 too. And 9/11 changed our focus and our perspective about the world itself. So people, that's what I'm talking about. And, I pray to God that we make the right choices coming up and all that stuff. I love Americans. I love our country, but we have to make some, because it's going to get confusing. And if it gets confusing, then this whole thing's going to go wild and get out of control. And I don't want to see that because, I mean, it could lead us down the dark path. Either way, what I'm saying is that the decisions we're making is going to lead us down a road that we don't want to go down. I love Americans. Danielle, I love you. Everybody, I love you. But this has got to be, we have to find some middle ground in this, or else it's going to get out of control. And you see it in people, even like I said, either you're one side or another. It's got to be, something has to be rational in this, people. Something has to be rational. Okay? Rational thinking. We're not thinking clearly right now as Americans. We're not thinking clearly. I can understand, like I said, I can understand two rights don't make a wrong and two wrongs don't make a right. But, we got to buckle up here, because if we don't buckle up and we get into some situation down the road, I'm afraid that nobody's going to be coming to our rescue, and we're going to be on our own. And guess what that got us into? A really bad situation in Iraq. And we left we went left, and we took our eyes off the ball. So we need to think rationally here. All right. Love you guys.